need it. Titans have lost a few in a row here, but hopefully time to turn it around and get back into winning ways. So first possession, Woodberry off the opening tap. It's a good pass, but it goes off the hands there as
well,
how long does that take? Well, I'm gonna keep talking. I'm not sure if anyone can hear us because I hear we have no sound, but you know what? We're gonna keep talking anyway. And Luke Fisher for two. Great finish by Luke Fisher there. But, oh wow, missed layup by Reed Sek. He had a wide open one. And another great finish by Luke Fisher. And that is 4 points for Luke. All right, steal there by Alex Chaikin, and it's a great start for the Titans. Got a little lucky on the missed layup by Reed Sek, but otherwise, been pretty much a perfect start for Trinity. Will DJ Covington keep it going?
Ooh.
He missed the open three.
And he was hot in warm-up. So
yeah, I thought that was going to go in for him. All right, so we think you can hear us. There's some discrepancy, but hopefully folks who are watching can hear us. And Titans in the first 2 minutes have jumped out to a 4-0 first quarter lead. That's a good job defensively. And this time Reed Sek makes the layup. That was actually a much tougher layup than the one he missed earlier.
We're all good. Shout out to my dad for letting us know if we could hear.
Hey,
if we could hear us.
Shout out to your dad. Without him, none of this would be possible.
For sure.
And Titans get an open look
shot
for Alex Chaikin. That's a good, well-executed possession. Carter Schumann knocked it out, but you really can't ask for better shots than Trinity has gotten. And one of the things that this team has struggled with is turnovers, but so far 4 possessions have yielded 2 layups and 2 open threes. And you know, if you're the coaching staff, that's really all you can ask for is that kind of execution and putting yourself in a position to score. All right, Woodberry looking down low. Good defense by DJ Covington. He's given up several inches to Reed Sek, but he's still right there. And there's another steal. Chaikin dribbling in traffic. Wow.
Dribbles through all 3.
Yeah, that was.
That creates an open look.
Luke Fisher.
He started off hot.
First 7 points of the game for Trinity, all coming from Luke Fisher. Really happy for him. Nobody works harder than Luke at his game, and there's going to be a foul on the way up. And that is Luke Fisher as he continues to fill the stat sheet. 7 points, a couple steals, and now a foul. And they are going to get it on the floor. Sam Crosby was headed to the hoop, but they said that foul was before he went into his shooting motion.
And that open 3 by Luke Fisher was all created by Alex Chaikin dribbling through 3 people.
Yeah, that was great ball handling by Chaikin. Good defensive possession as well here for the Titans. That's a good pass, but not able to get it up. And the shot is no good. Leland Coleman secures the rebound, and he's going to bring it up. I just think Trinity looks like they have an energy about them tonight that it's great to see them coming out.
And another lingering problem for Trinity has been getting boards, and it looks like we have a pretty favorable size, or maybe not even a size advantage, but it's even at least. And in other games we've given that up because we don't really have a true center in our starting lineup.
That's a good point, and as DJ hits the first free throw, I think a huge thing, because the 6'10" center Jordan McConnell is out for Woodberry, then every position they move down a size, you know. Because if he was in, then you'd have to have like Leland on him, which would put DJ on the next biggest guy, which would put Carter on the next biggest guy or whatever. So, yeah, you're right. It's pretty much really interesting call on that one. There was very little contact, but they're gonna get Alex Chaikin for a little bump coming across midcourt. But that's a good point, because most games that we've been here has definitely been a decided size disadvantage.
Oh, yeah.
Titans playing man-to-man.
Great footwork.
Good block, and another block. 2 blocks on that possession, one by Coleman, one by Fisher. If he catches that, wow.
And what a catch.
Oh! Yeah. Leland Coleman took a few steps there. It definitely looked awkward. I'm actually not convinced he traveled, but it
looked like it did.
Yeah.
No, we'll say.
All right, Trey Ferguson's going to check in for Luke Fisher. Luke off to a great start, as we mentioned, with 7 points here in the first 4 minutes. But Trey Ferguson brings a whole different dynamic just with his quickness, tenacity. That's an open 3. It is no good, and Leland Coleman battles, and it's going to be a hell ball to the Titans as Coleman and Harry Hood, number 24 for Woodberry, both secured the rebound. So
Titans, I like what we're doing. I think they look hungry for a win. And
I do too.
Like you were saying, they're playing with a lot of energy. So even in warm-ups, I can see it. They really want this one, as I don't think they've won in over a month. So this one's really important.
Yeah, January was, I think, for the month. Some close ones for sure, and then they also had a couple canceled with weather that were very winnable games. But, yeah, this team is desperately in need of a win, and they're on their way to a good start to hopefully have that happen. But Woodberry, again, they're 12-6. They're number 10 in the state rankings, and so this will not be easy. That's a travel. Yeah, it is. I know the Tigers wanted a foul, but he was out of control, and Leland Coleman just kind of pulled the chair out on him, and he lost his balance there. One of my friends just texted me, it's the year of the Tiger. Well, hopefully, because the Lunar New Year today. This is the beginning of the year of the Tiger. Hopefully that starts tomorrow, though.
I mean, in some ways.
Luke Fisher's shot is no good, as Cole Pridgeon has checked into the game for the first time.
In some ways, the Tigers have been kryptonite for all Trinity teams. I mean, it was the first time the football team got a win against them this year.
Yeah, I mean, basketball, we had beaten them every game for the last 10 years up until the game
not basketball,
earlier. I think we had a 22-game winning streak against them until we lost up there a few weeks ago.
Soccer, football.
Yeah, soccer did lose to them this fall. Yeah, Woodberry, I mean, great all-around athletic program for sure. Traditional lacrosse power, golf. Helps when you have your own golf course.
That's true.
But nice job beating the pressure there, and that's an easy shot, but he missed it. Thought that Trinity's defense was a little soft there, but shot was no good by Amir Crawford. And it's got another stop.
Titans are rotating a lot of
subs early, yeah. Well, I think
I don't mind it.
I don't either.
This is try to keep the energy up as long and as much as possible, and keep most of the starting guys, or at least 6 or 7 guys in the rotation.
Yeah, I think everyone's gotten a break so far but Leland Coleman. Nice backdoor cut.
And
a left-handed finish. Luke Fisher already with 9 points in the first 6 minutes. It was a great pass. It was DJ, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good defense, good pressure. And just seeing aggressiveness in the Titans tonight that haven't seen all the time, but good job handling it there by Woodberry, and Sam Swinson hits that 3.
And I like how we're pushing after missed baskets as well, or after made baskets, even if it's the other team.
Yeah.
Again, I love the energy that we're playing with right now.
Totally agree. That 3's going to be short, way short. Yeah, I do think it's important to end this first quarter with the lead. You put in so much effort. You don't want to give that lead up. And that's another 3. And McGuire Newman got a very, very kind shooter's roll. This Woodberry roster loaded with seniors, and I think these guys make up the core of 2 years ago, before COVID, Woodberry had a JV team that just rolled through the prep league undefeated, and I think it's a lot of these same guys. So they've really grown through high school playing together. As Leland Coleman makes a strong take and draws the foul, he'll go to the line, a chance to put the Titans back on top after, guess what, it was a 9-2 lead, so 7-point lead that's evaporated.
Yep.
With 3 threes.
Really
from
the 3-ball, yeah.
And Leland missed the first. Alex Chaikin and Gabe DuBois.
Our free throws haven't been great either this season, so.
Yeah, no, free throws have not been great, and that's killer when you're
These close
trying to
games.
break a losing streak.
Yeah.
That's 1 for 2, though, so it does give the Titans the lead again. Wow, got a lot of guys going to the ball. Good job by Gabe DuBois to get a hand on it. Gabe DuBois is fast.
He's easily the fastest guy in the school.
Well, William Hoffler.
That's true. Do they run the same event though?
No, I think Gabe's shorter.
Yeah, he
Williams
does 100.
Williams a 300.
Yeah.
Zaire Rayner would tell you he's the fastest, but
I'll smoke Z any day. That's a
I
lot,
hope he's
but-
watching. I hope he's watching. Z told me his only regret from high school is he never got to play against you because he would have had more pick sixes. But
That's a lot. Even if I threw a pick, which I would have to him, I would have made the tackle.
You can't tackle what you can't catch. All right, let's see if we can, as Colin Edsel, he checks in as well. So you're right. They really, almost every dead ball, Titans are subbing, keeping guys fresh. That 3 is no good. Yeah, Woodberry really is living and dying by the three-pointer here. So there's really almost no difference between shot and game clock. You could hold for the last shot here. I don't see that that's what they're trying to do. I would like to see them do that because that would guarantee going in with the lead. But why hold for one when Trey Ferguson can get a layup? What do I know? Good take by Trey Ferguson, clearly. Well, that's why I'm up here now. Good block by Leland Coleman, and he's going to have a chance if he can get a shot off. No. But
good half.
It's a good
quarter.
Great first quarter for Trinity. 14-11 lead for the Titans. Really good at both ends of the court. Even the three-pointers that Woodberry hit, I mean, were mostly fairly well contested. So I'm very encouraged by the start.
And I love that we held a lead, which is another thing that's been a struggle. And again, like when you try to break these losing streaks, those things are important. Especially having leads, always, no matter how much the lead is, always makes you feel a little more comfortable.
Well, so this is actually one of my big things always when we were coaching was to keep, if you have a lead, even a small one, to keep it. Because I think at this level in particular, in this age group, when it just what it does for your confidence when you're playing from ahead versus playing from behind, especially for a team that has lost several games in a row. It just feels good to look at the scoreboard and know you're winning. I know it might seem like it shouldn't matter, but it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, it definitely does. No matter what the lead is. Yeah, it really does.
And on the conversely, games when I coach, like if we were behind by a little bit, like every time I'd be like, just get the lead. Because once you get it once and kind of break that ceiling, then you tend to can get it more and more times. But
yeah.
At this point, I mean, granted, only one quarter in the game, but Woodberry is yet to lead. And I think the longer that stays, the better that is.
And especially with the young team, too, when you don't have that one guy that's been there forever or that's been in those situations where you've had to come back.
Yeah, for sure. Good defense again by Chaikin. He just looks quicker than
Yeah.
he did tonight.
He got around that screen really well.
I give Chaikin, even though he doesn't technically get credit for a steal, I give Chaikin a lot of credit.
Yep.
His
And so does Coach Reese right there.
Yeah.
Shout out Dr. Reese.
Obligatory every time. Oh, man. Luke Fisher aggressively looking to turn the corner. He drew the help. But
There's that spin move. Ooh.
Also kept it alive, but ultimately the rebound secured by Harry Wood. I don't want to speak too soon, but I do want to also point out, I don't know the Titans had any turnovers in the first quarter.
I don't think so.
I don't remember one, and that's been a huge issue that's plagued these guys. So that's another really encouraging sign. Chaikin is just he's not taking off the dribble right now.
Yeah, he got caught on that midline and then couldn't help. No, I think so.
The lefty, so
Yeah, he's been lights out.
that's a shame because Chaikin had it locked and didn't need to overhelp there, but still tied up.
And there's that.
Execution. Time to get his feet set.
They run that play. It's like a pick and fade, and he gets open. They run it a lot. You'll see it multiple times, and it's a great play, and he gets that open shot, so he just has to hit those. Yeah, he had a lot of time. It was a good hop step. Shaking again, though. Great defense. I mean, he's getting. Oh, wow. I mean, that's nothing. That's a great shot.
Yeah, no, credit to Swenson for sure. He gets his third three, and we talk about the importance of playing the lead, and Woodberry now is taking the lead. And there's going to be a foul on the Tigers. It's on the pass, so it's not going to be a shooting foul, but that's just a bummer for Trinity that last possession. They played great defense for 29 seconds, and then Swenson didn't even realize, I think, when he caught the ball and someone get his attention, hey, yo, 2 on the shot clock, and he threw it up and he nailed it. Just get it in. Fisher.
Looking for a foul, but didn't get one.
No whistle. Good job by David Boyd showing off that quickness.
It's a speedster. Ooh.
Oh, he didn't finish it.
Way to keep it alive by Leland Coleman. No.
Almost. Luke Fisher, so aggressive today. So, 3-point lead for the Tigers as Luke Fisher steps up for 2. Got the first one. My dad said yes, but like we're very little.
Yo, I fixed it.
All right, we are back. I think audio's been in and out, but hopefully we're good to go here as executive producer extraordinaire Jeffrey Bell has us all hooked up, so hopefully folks can hear us. Welcome to anybody at Woodberry watching, maybe back in the dorms after dinner, boarding school life. I taught at VES early in my career, so I know what that boarding school life is about. And it's been a great first half, back and forth. Each team's held the lead a little bit, and Jack, you and I have noticed the Titans just being more, I just think more aggressive and playing harder than recent games. Now that aggressiveness was a little too much aggressiveness because Jack Boyle, who's just in for the first time, and Jack wants to come out and make an impression. He hasn't gotten a ton of playing time, but he just was a little overly aggressive there and hit the shooter, Noah Vaughn. And that's going to give Vaughn 3 free throws and a chance to put Woodberry back on top. And hits the first. Woodberry Forest coach Craig Dawson, he's been the head coach now for 8 or 9 years. He does a really nice job with especially coaching shooting. He was an incredible shooter himself. Coach Dawson played at Wake Forest on some really good teams in the 90s. I think he was on some of the Tim Duncan Wake Forest teams. And he was a 4-year either starter or six-man in the ACC. So he's definitely a basketball lifer. He's also, if I remember correctly, the cousin of Jerry Stackhouse, who was a legend at Carolina. I think those two grew up together in North Carolina. All right, good take by Leland Coleman to draw the foul. You can tell Leland is a little frustrated. He's missed a couple layups, but that's a great take, though.
It's a great take.
I would be encouraging him to focus on positive body language and being pleased with what he's doing well, which is most things other than finishing. Yeah. He's rebounded well. He's defended well. Showed a lot of energy, but he's missed several layups and now a couple free throws. So need this one. And Jack Oil, quick cameo, come in, foul, three-point shooter, come out. As Leland Coleman hits the second. Tied up. And still a little bit of token pressure. Oh, that was really close to backcourt. Carter Schumann with a steal says, give me that. Leland Coleman does a nice job with the footwork and not traveling there.
Ooh, good move.
Speaking of good footwork, but he forced.
Thought he could have taken that one out.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
I think basketball is a big part about basketball, more than any sport, is confidence and not being tentative in what you do. I think.
Yeah, totally. That's a three that's going to be off the mark by Sam Crosby. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that was pretty much the point. Just being confident, and that's when you play your best.
It is. And you know what, Jack, I got to say, one of the things that educators love to talk about is, the life lessons you get through athletics.
Yeah.
But being confident goes so far in basketball, and it goes so far in life, whether it's a job interview, an oral, report for school, or talking to a female, just being confident is huge. And speaking of confidence, Trey Ferguson
DJ, after
and
the
DJ,
pass.
yes, great job. As Trey Ferguson missed the layup. Trey Ferguson at times maybe has irrational confidence, but you love it.
I love it.
Well, you recognize irrational confidence when you see it in the mirror every day. But that shot was off, and rebound by Carter Schumann.
And that bucket by DJ was great hustle. He made the pass originally, hustled down, got the rebound.
It was phenomenal effort. You're exactly right. And Luke Fisher got called for a travel there. And, man, we really try not to point out the officials, but I just didn't see how that was travel. No. I don't know. I guess he said he picked up the pivot foot, but just seemed like a call that I didn't see. All right, Titans back now in zone. And Woodberry, they've shot it well, and this is a team that loves to shoot the three. Like we said, their coach, Craig Dawson, one of the all-time great shooters in Wake Forest history. And that's not as great a looking shot as Coach Dawson's. And now Carter Schumann is just too strong. You know, a lot of kids bump into a opponent and nothing happens. But
Yeah.
Carter Schuma's so strong.
And he
He
gets
bumps
called
into
for
him,
a
and
lot of fouls that may
yeah,
not even be fouls. He's just very strong, and
he's
kids
very
just go
aggressive.
flying.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want to run into Carter Schuma.
No, not at all.
But it's going to be Alex Chaikin coming back in for Trey
Gabe
Ferguson.
DuBois.
Gabe DuBois, who's had excellent
Great
minutes early.
Yeah.
Again, we understand audio was in and out, so I don't know if you heard us before, but just a lot of praise here in the broadcast booth for Gabe DuBois. That was not as good.
Yeah,
And I don't know for sure if it was Gabe's fault, but you can't on those underneath inbounds. They're always, as we've talked about before, trying to come back to the near side block or weak side block. Oh, that's a good block by Leland. But
that was a great job by Alex Chaikin, too, to force that tough shot as well.
yeah, but great hustle by Sam Crosby for the Tigers, and that's a quick 4-0 run for Woodberry. We're down, just kind of snuck up on us, but down to 15 seconds in the half, and the shot clock is off. Luke Fisher scores again. He's
like
into
11,
double figures,
right?
and he does have 11 of the 24, so nearly half of the Titans' points. And I think that Sam Crosby turned an ankle. It looks like he's holding his ankle. Hopefully that's not serious. We saw Woodberry, 2 guys on the team come in on crutches, so the last thing these guys want to see is another injury. Crosby's trying to walk it off. He's over to the bench. And there's Coach. So I was just gonna say, Coach Reese who's also a doctor, of course, is looking at it with Mr. Hall unavailable. The Titans have a foul to give here.
Get this shot.
Yeah.
Oh.
In and out. All right, halftime. We are all tied up. What a first half, Jack.
That was a great first half.
One
of the best I've seen from Trinity.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was the best half in quite a while, particularly at home. I know there have been some of the road games where we've had a good half here and there. But this was an excellent half with very few turnovers, which is great because that's been a problem. Good defensive rebounding, which is great because that's at times been a problem.
And a good job finishing halves and quarters.
A good job finishing halves and quarters. Now the next question mark is opening up the third quarter, which is at times plagued these guys. But I'm excited to see what the second half brings. We said right off the jump that we expected a tight 4-quarter game, and so far we've gotten. I mean, I think it tied at the end of the first, 11-11. I think.
Yeah, no, we were up 14-11.
Okay, that's right. But they quickly. That's right. We were leading, but they quickly did tie it.
Yep.
And then tied at halftime. So I think we're in for a really exciting second half. We will take a short break. Hopefully the audio is working great for everybody, and long may it continue. Be back in about 5 or 6 minutes here in what promises to be an exciting second half. Stick around.
All right, and we're back with the second half of this game. Woodberry has 24 and Trinity has 24. And it's been a really good game, a lot of aggressive defense. And Woodbury's gotten most of their points on the three ball. Leland, there's that little pick and fade play. Alex Chaikin just can't knock down the three, but he's been playing great everywhere else. And Mr. Hamlin's back for the play-by-play.
Sorry about that. So I was actually talking to some of the coaches, just getting a little halftime insight. And
That's why they pay you the big bucks.
well, they were telling me that they're defending the ball screens a little bit differently than they've been doing.
I've seen them. They've opened up to the outside, I believe.
Yeah, so they're basically just taking away one side and basically, we call icing it.
Yep.
And just daring them to go the other way into the help, and that's part of I think why they've looked more
it's
aggressive.
Worked, and that's exactly. And I've seen Chaikin do it, and then I started seeing Trey do it, and I've seen DJ do it, and they're basically, especially when they get in those little corner areas, they force them inside. They say, if you want to go inside, let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why we've been commenting on the aggressiveness, but that's sort of part of what's contributing to it. So, unfortunately, DJ missed the 2 free throws, and free throw shooting hasn't been great for Trinity. But yeah, so we're still tied a minute into the third quarter, and Jack, you and I have been at several games together, and the third quarter has at times been a problem. So, but you see some good energy at least. There's a block by Carter Schuma, and I think it's yeah, another travel call. We've had several of those.
That's not getting called in the NBA, but
no, it's
we're not in the NBA.
No,
so.
we're certainly not yet. But yeah, I think we talked a lot in the first half about the importance of playing with a lead, and
good catch.
Right now with the tie game, who's gonna get that lead? And with Swinson, he likes that shot, but no good. But not much of a box out, and Harry Hood gets the rebound. And that's a nice and one by Reed Seck. He played really well early, and then I feel like he didn't play as much in the second quarter. I can't remember if he had 2 fouls, but that's a nice job by Seck.
And DJ was pretty much straight up, but he went and found contact and maybe got a little bit of a hip check in there as well.
Yeah, and so the 2 big issues we've talked about throughout this season have been defensive rebounding and turnovers. And right there, that was didn't get the rebound, and previous offensive possession turnover. So do not want to see those things plague the Titans in the second half. But I think if they can clean that up, this is a winnable game for sure.
I want to see Luke Fisher get a shot.
Yeah, and there is another turnover.
Yeah.
And I think Luke was trying to set him up to go back door, but Carter Schuma didn't read that. So the Tigers a little discombobulated, but they are able to hang on to the ball. Justin Gagnon or Gagnon, I'm not sure how he says it, but I went with the French pronunciation there. Carter Schuma with a steal. This is going to be
That's
2.
What we like to see.
Love it. Carter Schuma with the dish for the dunk by Leland Coleman. And
it's a great job by Luke to recognize that Swinson was wide open in the corner. And
it was.
What was?
They're going to get a foul, I think, on Carter. Oh, Leland Coleman. I guess he held the cutter. That's 2 on Coleman, and Kachuma's going to come out. Gabe DuBois also coming back for Chaikin. We talked about DuBois had a really good first half.
I'm surprised Cole Pridgeon hasn't gotten some minutes.
Yeah, he's played well. He played a little bit in the first quarter.
Did he?
Yeah, not for super long, but he was in there for a couple possessions.
Well, the games that I've seen, like the last 3 games, he's played really well in his minutes.
I mean, arguably the SAG game, he was maybe our best player.
Yeah.
That's
a shot he's gonna make.
Yeah,
yep.
I was gonna say that is ball reversal into Swinson with his feet set seems almost automatic.
He has a pretty shot. And lefties always have pretty shots, but
that's I was just about to say the same thing. Always seems like lefties have pretty shots. All right, so that puts the Tigers back up 3.
It's a tough shot.
That is a tough shot. He's not square at all. What a rebound by DJ. Ooh. Oh, but he tricked the layup. Oh, man. he did the hard part, and then he didn't do the easy part.
Looks like he thought he was going to get contact maybe and didn't get any at all.
Yeah, one thing that
Good move.
that's a really good move, and
And
all of a sudden Woodbury's up 5, and
it's a good recognition.
I think you might see a timeout here.
Yeah.
No, never mind. But
that was good recognition by Reed Sec as well, knowing that Colin Etzel is not the fastest guy and that he could take him off the dribble as well.
that's gonna be a foul on
And here comes
Tigers
Cole Pridgeon
number
right on top.
24, Harry Hood. Yeah, you asked for it, you got it.
And I look to see him make
people have wanted to see
huge
Cole
shots.
Pridgeon. Yeah, well, hopefully he can pick up where he's left off recently.
And he's also a Bon Air
Jeff with
stud.
the close-up of Cole. Love it. Love it. I don't want to hear about Bon Air anymore. Sam already talked to me too much about Bon Air in the girls' game. Luke Fisher, well defended. Good job by Amir Crawford. Here's
Cash
what you
out.
wanted. Here's
Cash
what you wanted.
out.
There it is.
Cash out, Cole Pridgeon!
Jack Toscano called for it, and you got it. Cole Pridgeon comes in off the bench and immediately hits the jumper to put the Titans back within 3. Leland Coleman took the risk and didn't get it. If you're going to go for that steal, you just have to get it, because if you don't get it, now there's nothing between him and the basket. Good pass by Cole Pridgeon. Be strong, Leland. Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, don't get a tech.
Yeah, he did, and that's going to be his 3rd and 4th foul. And that's a crucial moment in the game.
Techs are fouls?
Techs are personals in high school.
I did not know that.
In high school they are, not in the NBA, but in high school it is. So they're going to get an offensive foul on him, which is his 3rd, and then the technical is his 4th. And with 3:52 to go, that is a very significant moment in the game. So
he's going to get 2 for the technical.
Well, he got called for an offensive foul for the push-off.
But I was saying, like, he gets 2 shots for that technical?
2 shots for the technical, yes.
Okay.
Now, because they weren't in the bonus, there's no shots for the foul.
Yeah.
But Leland Coleman's still hot. And, I mean, it wasn't a great call, but at the same time, you can't put yourself in that position. But, I mean, the refs are going to call a tech every time when you show them up like that.
Yeah, and he's been on edge a little bit this game.
Yeah.
I know how it feels to play with a lot of heart, and when something doesn't go your way, sometimes you explode a little bit. But as he calms down, they're going to need him in this game.
They are going to need him,
So,
but also with 4 fouls, it makes him a less effective player, because one of the things Leland does best is block shots. But then that becomes a risky proposition when he does go back in, which probably won't be till the 4th quarter. Right,
and we're off to one of those rough starts in the 3rd quarter again.
Yeah,
we've only scored 6 points.
I think it was 24 all at half. So Woodbury's
4
outscored 10-4 here early in the 3rd. Coach Blazer does call a timeout. Actually, the first timeout the Titans have used. So at least they'll have the opportunity, if they need him down the stretch, still have 4 timeouts.
You gotta look to see someone take over, and I think Luke can be that guy, as he was in the first quarter, or in the first half. But I don't think he's even taken a shot in the half so far. So
no, I don't think so either. And
hopefully he gets aggressive.
Yeah, I'm sure that Woodbury also accounted. At halftime, I'm sure they prioritized defending Luke Fisher. But it's even the 11 points he scored in the first half. It's not like it was like they were leaving him alone. I mean, they were tough, contested shots.
And he likes to come around and get to the middle of the court and just go. And they probably tried to stop that in some way. But
yeah, so I think this is a crucial possession coming out of the timeout. Still just a 2-possession game.
Luke's going to wrap around. He's going to go if he has it. But
there's that flare screen that we've seen, but better defended by Woodbury. But DJ,
tough take.
Yes, DJ. We love buckets from DJ.
Yep.
And we needed a bucket, and we went to the right place, which is DJ. There's that icing the screen again, and good help by Cole Pridgeon as well.
DJ's given up 3 inches to Reed.
Yeah, that's a great defensive possession. Really all the way around, and forced a long 2 from Salih.
Cole wants it.
Yeah, let's not force it now.
No. Well, if you're Cole, you can.
Good hesitation by Luke Fisher. It's going to stay with the Titans. Salih was able to get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds, but still 18 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, he's got DJ. He's got him. Yes.
And one.
Great
Hey, that's the weight
play.
room work.
Well, and we talked about it in the
And
first half, how
defending
those underneath inbounds plays. I'm telling you, man, every inbounds play, they're trying to either get it to one block or the other block.
Yeah.
And so why you vacate those blocks, I'll never understand.
Yeah. It's a big free throw. He missed the first two, and he gets
Got
that
that
like
one.
butter.
Hey, so we talked about after the fourth foul and the technical on Leland Coleman to kind of market what happened. Well, it's actually a 5-0 run for the Titans since then, or I guess 5-1 if you count the made free throw of the technical. But they've responded well. I was worried that could be a killer, but at least in the minute and a half or so since Leland's fourth, Trinity's responded well, within one. I just think you are seeing a team that is desperate to get a win.
Yeah,
and
Leland's also a big leader for them, so they probably want to
rally around that. Good trap. They've got him right where they want him, but good job getting out of it by
Step
Wallace
right through
Hardison.
it and gets a good look.
Yeah, Crawford missed, and chance in transition to take the lead. Chaikin, that's not what you want to see, though. He dribbled out in front of him and a good steal by Crawford. Good pass by Crawford. Good save by Salih. And that's really nice ball reversal. Going to be white ball. So, yeah, it was a good possession by Woodberry, but they have, since I don't want to jinx it, but that first quarter and a half when they hit a bunch of threes have not been as successful. They had the one Swinson three here early in the third, but Tigers haven't shot it quite as well from the perimeter as you saw early on. Luke Fisher pulls up for the lead. Big shot, Luke Fisher from the elbow.
Ice cold today.
And that's a 7-0 run by the Titans to go back on top.
The man is just looks like Trae Young out there.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah, he really is.
He's got some Jack Toscano about him.
You know, little confidence.
Little swagoo.
Little swag, yeah.
Nice up and under, but the shot's no good by Wallace Hardison.
There he goes. He attacks.
Left-handed. Ooh. Yeah, it's a little too much on it, and a good rebound by Harry Hood. He's had several good rebounds.
Yeah.
Harry Hood plays bigger than his size at 6'4", but that's a travel.
And just another note on Luke is he's pretty much ambidextrous.
Yeah.
You'll see him go up with the left, go up with the right.
Yeah,
hit
especially
floaters
around
with
the
the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Well, and he works on that.
Yeah,
I mean,
all the time.
I've seen him firsthand. I've seen how he works on both hands, works on all these shots that look like trick shots that look like a prayer. Like, those are his – he's got all that in his bag. What a pass by DJ. Oh, Carter Schuma's supposed to be a catcher. You got to catch that. Oh, that pass not as good by DJ. Ultimately a turnover. That was an exciting possession to end up with no shot. All right. It's Amir Crawford brings it across for the Tigers, and now trailing by one, they're going to want to get a good shot here.
It's a good look.
It is a nice take. Good take by Wallace Hardison, the junior. 5'9", got in there amongst the trees and puts the Tigers back on top. Now DJ dribbles off his foot, but fortunate bounce to Luke Fisher. He's going to shoot that. Step back. Too strong. And Woodberry will hold for the last shot here. You see Coach Dawson pointing out that, but Trey Ferguson with a steal. He got fouled, but they're not going to call it, and that's actually a good thing. Titans back on top.
That's what Trey brings.
Don't need
defensive
to foul.
tenacity.
That three, no good, and the Titans go up one.
That's a lead.
That is a lead going to the
We've been talking
quarter.
about it all game.
Yeah.
How important having a lead is for your mental, especially with arguably your best player Leland out.
Absolutely. So they end the quarter on a 9-2 run with Leland out, and did well at the defensive end. The key was defense. I mean, Woodberry only got 2 points in the last 4 minutes, and that was on the nice take by Wallace Hardison. But overall, shots were contested. They didn't get offensive rebounds. So love how Trinity played the last 4 minutes, and guys stepping up, and with Leland out, other guys stepped up, and whether it was DJ with the and one, Trey with the steal and the layup. Luke Fisher with the lefty, Cole Pridgeon with the baseline shot. I mean, really spreading it around, and a lot of different players contributing.
Yeah.
That play by Trey reminded me of like one of my best plays I ever had as a Trinity player. It was against Woodberry, my junior year. Now, granted, that was the third quarter with Tracy, but we were down one in the fourth, and I was actually told to foul because we were down one with like 10 seconds left. So coach wanted me to foul their ball handler and put him on the line for 1-on-1. But I stole it and made the layup and actually got an and one with like 3 seconds left to win the game.
You didn't dunk it?
I did not dunk it. Not that time. I needed lots of space and a trampoline and a chair and an 8-foot basket. But I did get the steal and the and one, and we won that game. And actually, we won the prep league my junior and senior year.
Good rebound by DJ.
DJ, good rebound over to Gabe DuBois. Doesn't have numbers. Bring it out. Good decision by Gabe. No, Carter, don't shoot a three.
No. I watched Trey Ferguson in warm-ups, and he doesn't take a lot of threes, but he can really make them.
Yeah, he keeps telling me that.
I mean, he really can. He doesn't do it, and I mean, that's
why
incredible.
shoot a three when you can do
that? Yeah.
And that's with also Luke Fisher getting a break. So other guys stepping up. Really quite a finish by Trey Ferguson there. So there you see him, again, isolating that ball screen. Reed Seck back in for Woodberry. I think he's been one of their best players. I'm surprised he hasn't played more. He starts, but he hasn't gotten a ton of time, but I think he's been really effective. Shot clock down to 5. I don't know if Woodbury's aware. I guess he was aware.
That's a good move.
Yeah, good job by Justin Gagnon there, the junior. I thought he didn't know, but turned out he was just waiting to the last second to make his move, and it's a great finish and a huge bucket. They really needed that.
Yeah. They've been on a bit of a scoring drought for sure.
Absolutely. Trey over to DJ. Shot clock is down into single digits. I'm not sure. Oh, Trey knows it. Trey knows. Carter Schuma gets the layup with 2 on the shot clock. That's like a perfect possession right now. You run the whole shot clock down and ended up with a layup. And Trey Ferguson created that with the penetration and dish. And that was unlucky for Trinity. And what a break for Woodberry. That pass
not going to miss
those
open threes.
No, and that was not where it was supposed to go. But the deflection just went right into the hands of McGuire Newman. And to Newman's credit, the senior nails the 3, and we're tied. Alex Chaikin's had a great game, even though he has not made a 3 yet. But hopefully maybe he's due for one. Maybe this is it. No, he's going to penetrate instead. Shot clock again down. And I like that. That's a good timeout by Coach Blazer. 8 on the shot clock, and they really didn't have a whole lot of options.
And we haven't used timeouts all game.
No, so you still had 4, so I think that's why you like to have them in the fourth quarter for those exact situations. It's also going to give them a chance to get Leland Coleman, Luke Fisher, and Cole Pridgeon back in the game. So it gets you a stronger offensive lineup as well. All right, so game reset. We got 5:43 to go. It's all tied up. I don't think either team's ever led by more than 7. It's been super close throughout. Titans have 3 timeouts left. Woodbury has 4 timeouts left.
It's been a good day for Trinity basketball because the girls even had a really close game against a tough opponent.
They did. They had their best game of the year, and I was able to talk to several girls players as well as Coach London after the game, and I think they came out of that game feeling really good about themselves.
Yeah.
Feeling really confident. They got down 21-4. For those that didn't see the girls' game, they got down 21-4 against a very strong St. Catherine's team. Came all the way back and cut it to 4 before falling just short, but with a single-digit loss. But
I mean, I was excited. I'm up here. I was
for
screaming.
sure. Oh yeah, the crowd was into it. It has been a good day as the shot clock winds down.
We gotta finish this one.
He has to shoot this, but he can make that,
Ooh,
and he does.
There it is.
Coming back in fresh off the bench, great shot.
Big player, big moment.
Yeah, good for Leland. Now he's got to be careful with the 4 fouls, but I was going to say it has been a good day, but the way to end it is going to be need a win. And he stepped out of bounds, and it's going to be a turnover. Good defense by Gabe DuBois.
Gabe has played huge minutes.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's been awesome.
Really good minutes.
He's been awesome.
And he gets in some
good
rotations.
Pass.
Hey!
Leland Coleman got to be careful because he can't get another tee. But
No.
he wanted to tell him about it. And what a pass by Luke Fisher.
And that's how you respond to the adversity.
Absolutely.
Though that's always, the making of what a great player
Yeah,
can
man.
be.
I mean, he's been out for several minutes with the 4 fouls, and he's come in and just immediately
Steal.
come back and scored 4 points.
Don't.
Luke, look for Leland. No, good job not to force it.
Yep. You can start taking the time down. And
Yeah.
no, he wanted that one.
He wanted it. I would have been fine with it. I felt like he was
hot.
He was hot and in a good rhythm, but you don't mind running a little clock here as well. Shaking for 3.
Ooh.
He got fouled. He's going to go to the line for 3.
I mean, that one hung up in the air for a minute.
It did.
Thought that one was going to drop.
And the time that ball was in the air, I think I got 3 or 4 more gray hairs. I only got like 10 brown hairs left.
You don't have any left. I'm
Oh.
going to tell you right now.
But when I get out of the pool, it looks a little darker.
These are big free throws because could potentially go up by 7.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, there's probably no one you'd rather have on the line than Alex Shakin right now.
First one.
This one was money.
It's like Trey will probably go in for Gabe here, is my guess. If I were a betting man. So you got to keep Luke on the floor.
Yeah, I think that's a good prediction, and you are right, Jack.
I have an idea I had to run by you after this, but it involves the football games.
Okay. Can't wait.
It just made me think of it with my predictions.
Super Bowl?
No. When I come back to try to announce the games.
Oh, man, I cannot wait for next football season.
Yeah.
But it's a whole other issue.
Sorry.
You're going to be in places like New Hampshire and Delaware.
Hopefully.
With William and Mary, hopefully traveling. But, all right, big defensive possession. Scored 3 straight times on offense. A stop here would be massive, and that's a good contest.
Good. Trey.
What a play by Trey. He knew he couldn't.
He
wasn't
just
gonna
waited.
out-rebound him, so he just waited for him to come down.
Tough shot.
It's a good look by Fisher. Don't foul. But that's a great play by Trey. And that's a good play by Amir Crawford, but the layup doesn't go. Grab it, Cole.
There you go. I don't like that he tried to take a charge, but
Trey kept his dribble. 3. Thought maybe that one seemed like more of a foul than the Chaikin one. And it's going to go over to Woodberry, and Trey Ferguson's now down. Yeah. And I didn't see, is it his
I think
stomach?
he just
You take a shot to the midsection?
skimmed his. I don't know. He went down like you're supposed to do that in football. If you're hurt, you just go down. So he kind of went down that way, like. I don't feel great, so I'm going to just go down, take a break, give everybody a rest.
Right. So I think actually he maybe
I don't know.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a travel because he didn't have possession of the ball when
he kept his dribble as well.
Oh, did he? Oh.
Yeah,
impressive.
Whatever happened looked like it maybe was just off screen. I'm trying to go back and check out the replay, but no, you're good. I mean, the ball was on the other side, so
Jeff. No.
So he goes down, and then
I don't know. I think he may have already it was.
It might have been in the fall.
I think it was, and he just kind of
turned his ankle. But Trey's tough. I think he'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
Woodberry called the timeout there, full timeout by Coach Dawson, which I think maybe is kind of a break just for Trinity. I mean, I also get why Coach Dawson wants to talk to his team as they've not scored.
I mean, they need a bucket.
They scored this quarter. Maybe early in the quarter because it was tied going into the quarter at.
I think it was 39.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So I think they scored once. I'm trying to remember who it was though. It may have been Reed Seek or Sek. Sorry. I can't remember. So.
Yeah.
Oh, it was 37-36. We had the lead, so they scored a couple times.
Right. All right. Well, regardless, Tigers ball, 3:45 to go. Titans up 7. Good defense so far.
You gotta watch Swinson with those threes. He's been
for
hot
sure.
From there.
That's a nice pull up, but no good. And Gabe Du Bois with the rebound as that shot was off the mark, and now
we've settled for like 3 straight pull-ups in a row.
Chaikin's got to be careful here because Crawford is a really good on-ball defender.
Yeah.
And Chaikin's
and Luke's usually the one that takes those up the court because he has a really tight handle.
Absolutely.
Chaykin can have a loose handle, but it actually, I mean, it benefits him in a
It
lot of
does at
ways
times,
as a shooter.
but, but bringing it up, it's not necessarily
No.
what you want. Gabe Du Bois with 5 on the shot clock,
Ooh.
throws it away. And Amir Crawford he's gotten several steals today.
Yeah.
He's a really good defender.
The
And
kickball, yeah.
yeah, Leland kicked it. Good.
Wasn't
good
on
hustle.
purpose,
No,
but
no, it wasn't on purpose. But the rule on that is, if you benefit from it hitting your foot, even if it's not intentional, it's illegal.
okay. Still learning all the rules as I
Yeah,
go.
that one can sometimes be sometimes officials interpret that a little bit differently.
Okay.
Like any kick they'll call, but really, like if I'm dribbling and I dribble off your foot and it pops back in my hands, it really should just be play on. But
yeah.
Anyway, that was definitely called correctly. And again, good man-to-man. They're pressuring the ball. I actually thought they overhelped there, but you don't want to throw those passes near Trey Ferguson.
He
dude.
just comes back door.
You know how sometimes when tall guys block a shot, they'll be like, "Don't bring that in my house."
Yeah.
Well, Trey Ferguson's house is like down
there, and then nobody sees them either.
Yeah.
So they come down. We've seen it a couple times. They come down and bring the ball down, and he's just right there to snatch it.
If you ever ask yourself, like, I wonder what Coach Hanlon was like as a basketball player, basically defensively at least, it's that. It's like getting low and hiding, and then getting like sticking your nose in and getting steals.
Yeah.
That's what I love to do back in the day.
Honestly,
for
I've
all the
never.
concussions.
Ooh.
Great pick and roll.
Yeah.
You never wondered that?
Oh no. I have never wondered it, but
Go look on the wall over there.
Hall of Famer.
All
Respect.
right. Hey, I'm in a few years when you're eligible, I'm gonna write your recommendation.
I really need to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you kind of do.
Not
Kind of
gonna
do.
lie.
They robbed me in my junior season. Would have helped with the numbers, but
True that. All right. Well,
Swenson's
this
not
is a
gonna
huge
miss this
shot.
one.
Thankfully, he did. Same team. All right. So, apologize for
we're rambling
waxing about the past, about the future, because the present is exciting right now. Titans with a 5-point lead and the ball. Minute 47 to go. Neither team is in the bonus yet, and Trinity calls a timeout. Going to have 2 to go. Also, just think the guys have looked more locked in during timeouts. That's just one thing.
Everything about it. They're hungry to win.
They are hungry to win. That's a habit for me when I watch games in person, be it college games, high school games. I always like to look at the body language of the players during timeouts. And today, you can just see these guys have been locked in. And not just the guys in the game, but
outside,
the guys on the outside as well. It just shows that everyone is on board to get this W.
Yeah.
While
they need it.
They do. And I was just about to say, while we're talking at this timeout, the rest of the week is big.
Thursday they have Benedictine.
Thursday at Benedictine. Friday at St. Christopher's.
Yeah.
So you're talking about the 2 biggest rivalry games we got back to back on Thursday and Friday. So a win here, I just think would do wonders for your confidence going into those 2. Those are 2 teams we've already lost to at home.
And they're 2 games that maybe the scoreboard didn't reflect it, but we played with them. It wasn't
for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't
collegiate as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
collegiate really close. I mean,
I always feel like it's a bummer that we didn't play those teams on the road first.
Yeah.
And if we had them coming back here, I'd feel a little better. But still.
Yeah. Ooh, Cole.
Oh, we got him. Yes, Cole.
Yeah, I'm out.
Cole
Hey!
With the dunk. Oh, Cole Pridgeon. Huge dunk. And what a great pass.
I told you
Leland
Cole's
Coleman.
going to play the big minutes.
Hey, he's made a couple massive buckets, and that one was huge. But Leland Coleman made that play with a phenomenal pass. Gabe Du Bois gets over a little late. That time the ice on the ball screen hurt.
That's what I like. They get the ball out fast.
Yeah, I got to be careful with it.
And it helps break the press because they can't set it.
No, for sure. So another
Good
timeout.
timeout.
I mean, Luke Fisher was in a tough spot on the sideline, so Titans are going to be left with 1 timeout. But again,
we've saved them all for this.
Right. I like that.
So
I like that.
Coach Blazer's done a great job with timeouts.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a great job with some of the adjustments, like the way they're guarding screens and especially since they've been caught on screens all year, trying to get over them or under them, and being late for the shot contest. And this way, they're just saying, we're not going to give it to you.
Yeah. And to Woodberry's credit, they adjusted on that last one, and instead of trying to force the ball screen, they took the baseline, which was open for them.
Yep. And that's what they're giving up, but they're saying, we're going to go into our help. And
The help was a little late getting there, and also one thing that happened after Cole Pridgeon's dunk is Trinity has a very offensive lineup in the game, but it also means some of your better defenders
are not in the game. Yeah.
Trey Ferguson, Carter
DJ
Schuma,
Covington.
DJ Covington are not in. So
Yeah.
guys like Pridgeon, DuBois, Chaikin are kind of your offense group.
Yep.
And so after the dunk, you
gave
wanted
up.
them in for offense, but then you gave up some defense.
Yeah.
But now you still got this offense group in with the ball, and Woodberry putting a lot of pressure on the ball.
Good back
hit
door.
Chaikin on the back door.
Beautiful.
Great pass by Gabe DuBois. Now again,
Great find.
it's
And
not
that's
the
why
best,
you lock in on those.
for sure. It's not the
those
best
timeouts.
defensive lineup, but they.
Ooh, that's
fall.
a foul. Yeah.
Yeah, talk about not good defense. Fouling a three-point shooter is the absolute worst-case scenario there, because now clock stops. Yes, I don't know. Someone in the stand said that was acting. I don't know. I mean, I think
he got in his area, his landing area.
Yeah. Now what happens next is huge too. If Novon hits the first, if he knocks down all three of these, it also preserves Woodbury doesn't have to call a timeout. They can set up their press. He's got the first two.
And with the shooting-oriented team and a shooting-oriented coach, they're most likely going to make all three of them.
Yeah, they've shot free throws well today, and he nails all three. Now, interestingly, Coach Dawson likes to call a timeout anyway. With that situation with the clock stop, I wouldn't have, although he had 3 left, so I guess you might say you've only got 54 seconds, so might as well use it.
Yeah, probably wants to make sure they set up their press. I mean,
Yeah.
but even on a made free throw, you can do it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's pretty easy to set up your press off a made free throw, especially
Yeah.
you can just, if he makes that third one, you just throw a sub in, and then you can set your defense, like have the sub waiting at the table. But regardless,
I'm curious what lineup Coach Blazer is going to put in
yeah,
to try to break this.
I think he's going to leave this kind of stronger offensive group that you've seen.
Yeah. Just make sure they can handle the ball well.
For sure. I mean, still, each team only has 5 team fouls, so Woodbury can afford to be super aggressive because it's not the bonus yet. And then even at that point, I mean, at a certain point, you don't mind putting them on the line for 1-and-1 either. Just my own personal bias, I'd like to see Trey Ferguson in just because of ball handling.
I agree. That's what I was thinking.
But I could probably be accused of like overly prioritizing ball handling in these situations.
That's
they
a
did a nice
beautiful
job.
press break.
Yeah,
And
that. I mean, you grab the jersey, you're very much risking an intentional foul call there,
Yeah.
but they're not gonna get that. And he's actually,
well,
again,
how does that foul work?
so that was just the 16 foul. It's not a shooting foul.
Well,
So
how does the intentional foul? Because
it
isn't
would
it
be
already
intentional?
intentional?
The intentional would be 2 shots in the ball, which would be
okay.
massive.
Okay.
And now Luke Fisher is going to go to the line. Amir Crawford almost took it from him, and he's shown today he's very capable of that. He's gotten several steals.
And Luke just kept the ball away for him to make sure he had to reach around to get it.
Luke did well. I think it was a foul, but
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't a ton
definitely
of contact.
No.
All right, 1-and-1 here.
It's a big free throws.
And he missed it, but we're going to have a violation on Woodberry, and
that is about as big of a break as you can get.
it is a huge break. And
did he leave?
No, I think it's.
Oh, he came in too early.
Came in
because
too
he has to
early.
wait to hit the rim, right?
Yeah, now that is a little bit of a.
That's a
you
petty
might call
call.
it a little bit of a. I was going to say ticky tack. You can call it petty. Trey Ferguson does come in.
I don't
now
mind
for
it
defense.
for us. I mean,
no,
you
but
give
I mean,
another opportunity. I guess that's a ball don't lie moment for Woodbury.
Maybe, yeah. All right, so still a 4-point game. Need a stop.
Ooh.
Oh, Trey Ferguson left the shooter.
Oh,
They missed, and Luke Fisher with the rebound. Get it to Chaikin. Oh no. It's all right. Still Titans up 4. 27 seconds to go.
Sometimes you can see the youth and the inexperience, and it was a miscommunication.
No,
I didn't mind it.
I thought it was a good pass, but there were 2. Like I thought it was to Chaikin, but Leland didn't see him. Oh my God!
Oh wow!
Wow! Unforced turnover by Woodbury, and
that's the effect of Trey Ferguson.
I hate to say it right now, but right now, which team wants to win the game?
Yeah.
Titans missed the front end of 2 1-and-1s and throw the ball away. Then Woodbury with an unforced turnover.
And that's
now we're going to throw it right back to him. What is happening?
Don't foul.
Oh,
good block.
But they're gonna
count
call
it.
a goaltend, and it's actually almost worse than if he just made the layup because it also lets them set up their
and the press. Yeah.
press.
Ooh, this
yeah,
is.
wow.
I mean,
And Woodbury again going to call timeout. I believe it's a Woodbury timeout. So each team will have one. I'll tell you what, Jack, this is very exciting.
it's like unnecessarily exciting
It
if
is
you're
a
a
little.
Titan fan
It
a
is.
little bit, but
Well, in the last, 3 or 4 times that we had the ball, missed the front end of 1-on-1, got fortunate they stepped in, got
Missed
another
it
chance,
again.
miss it again. Woodbury comes down, doesn't score. We get the defensive rebound, throw it away.
Turnover, yeah.
Woodbury throws it back away,
and then we
and
throw
then
it
we
back
throw it back
away.
away.
Yeah.
So I think if you count a missed front end of 1-on-1 as a turnover, which I actually I do count that because it's an empty possession.
Yeah.
I think that there
And
were
here comes DJ
between
for
both teams there were
defensively.
7 straight turnovers.
Yeah.
And then finally Woodbury gets the layup. Well, it's our ball, so it's not DJ for defense. I think it's DJ just for experience
Yeah.
and having a senior presence. Exactly 20 seconds. Titans up 2 with the ball. Woodbury's been in a ton of close games, by the way, recently. If you just look at their scores, so they've been in this position a lot.
Ooh,
And
there's a okay.
yeah, so DJ, and also I think he wanted DJ to throw it in.
They
because-
must have had him normally, like
yeah,
in practice.
well, the last inbounds pass that was thrown away
was short. It
yeah,
wasn't
so-
a bad idea. I mean, a
No,
lot of
but-
teams do that. You box out, you get your biggest guy, you throw it over his head, and you figure it out from there.
Exactly.
But,
But
short.
the priority right now is A, get the ball in bounds. Leland Coleman looks like he's meditating here as he gets ready to shoot this. Leland's had an up and down night, some incredible plays, some incredible passes, some incredible defense, and also a bad technical and a few turnovers. But some made free
Clutch.
throws here would be huge. And he nails the first.
He's had a pretty good second half,
He
I will
has,
say. or
other than the one
other
thing.
than the one thing, but I mean, it happens.
Yeah, he's responded beautifully.
Yeah.
though. We give him a ton of credit. This is huge. We make it a 2-possession game, but he doesn't. And with a team that shoots a lot of threes,
It's
and Woodbury uses their last timeout. Coach Dawson has been pretty liberal using these timeouts here, and now they're out of timeouts, which
Yeah.
I think is a huge bonus if you're the Titans. And
I
so,
mean-
so one thing to look for here that I would be saying in the huddle if I'm the Titans, if they get a 2 that's like not on a foul, but they go in and get a 2,
yeah.
they can't stop the clock.
No.
So you just let it bounce for a few seconds.
Yeah.
The 5 count doesn't start until you get it. Now, eventually the refs will make you, but that's a way to bleed some clock.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, it's Coach Dawson, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting that they wouldn't try to dribble the ball up the court, take the timeout to save some time and
Yeah.
get an inbound pass on the side on your half of the court.
Yeah. Well, he obviously wanted to talk to his guys early, and they may even have
Sure.
a full court play. And I mean, if you're Woodbury, you don't necessarily need a 3 here, but with no timeouts, a 2 you can't stop it. So Titans have 1 timeout left. And the other thing to factor in at some point is if you're Trinity, I mean, Woodbury's not in the bonus. Titans only have 5 team fouls. So also you have a foul to give. As they bring it up and get it across half court, Leland Coleman can't because he has 4, but you
No.
can just give a
You
foul.
can, yeah.
Um,
You got plenty of fouls to give.
And also,
And it
you
comes
know,
into
you
a
don't-
coaching
What
philosophy,
you cannot
too.
give up is an open
As a
3.
steal.
Just bring it out, Trey. Bring it
DJ
out.
gets fouled.
Huge steal by Trey Ferguson. How many steals does Trey Ferguson
It's
have
at least 4.
4?
I think I've counted 4.
in this half alone?
Yeah.
And that's another one where if you're Woodbury,
I mean, I think Trey's saying that's
Key
too
mistakes.
easy. Like, they just gave him that one.
yeah. All right, but still only a 1-and-1.
Big
So
shots for DJ. Senior leader. Clutch.
DJ hits the first to make it a 2-possession game. That is huge. And now
I'm proud of him.
Titans going to call their last timeout.
As I think you all know, that's my best friend in the world, and I'm really, really proud of him. He's had a great game.
Hopefully
but that's
Sam's not watching.
No, I have several best friends
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
world,
yeah.
but you know,
Okay.
DJ's DJ.
No, I know. Well, that was a huge free throw to make it a 2-possession game. So again,
And
either team has a timeout. So even if they hit a 3, if you're Trinity, as long as you don't foul, you're in. Now you have the 1 foul to give, I said.
Yeah.
But like you don't want to give a shooting foul.
No.
Because then they can
we
score
can
with the
get
clock
an
stop.
and one.
Otherwise, if they make a layup, even a 3, you let it bounce for a few seconds, and then all you really got to do is complete an inbounds pass,
You win.
and
This
you,
one's
and you
really
win.
like you would have to give this game away, and
Both teams have tried. So
Oh, well, we've
That's
tried,
not-
and hopefully we
Yeah.
can after this timeout, we can just settle in and,
Yeah.
and lock in, and
well,
hopefully.
I hope I hope Coach Reese was telling them, because that's a huge thing we always talked about when Coach Reese and I coach together, is when the other team has no timeouts, if they score, don't even touch the ball.
Don't touch it. Yeah, make them tell you to.
Tell you to.
And
It would
it's
have been
almost
nice to make that, but it's not the end of the world. But
It's
Trey's
almost a decent miss.
all right, so yeah,
mean,
it's
there's the
okay.
foul
I mean,
to
you'd
give.
rather be up 5-4, but it's
Yeah,
okay.
but it's not. It takes a little bit of
I mean,
time.
it's still a
off, I guess.
two-possession game. Of course, now obviously, I mean, you don't want to foul
Yeah.
a three-point shooter, but here we go. 11 seconds. Don't
Yeah,
foul.
you almost give
Don't
him the
foul.
3. Just give him the 3.
That's fine.
That's fine. There you go. You
Luke
win.
Fisher with the rebound. And with 6.2 to go, the Titans are in phenomenal shape. So
Oh, they've needed this one. I know
Yeah.
it's not completely over, but
no, but it's 2-shot bonus now. Make this first one, and then the other thing I would do here, like we literally did this, was like just have the 4 guys not shooting.
just
Get
step
in the,
back.
Just get in the midcourt circle.
Yeah.
Just hold hands with each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
Just don't even leave the circle. Like, don't guard anybody.
Yeah, yeah.
And they cannot win because they would have to make the basket with more than 5 seconds left, like, which they can't do. So just leave it alone. It's fine. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Now they're in the bonus. They're gonna get a 1-on-1. The game was over. If you don't foul there.
He got really greedy for not much reason.
It's just so unnecessary. I mean, if he makes the first, well, if you're Woodberry, you can make them both and then press. You could make the first and then try and purposely miss the second and tap it out for a 3.
We're making this difficult on ourselves, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, getting your first Prep League win, no one said it was gonna be easy.
No, we've gone with the bigger
Huge
lineup.
lineup, just prioritizing rebounding.
Yeah. Luke's gonna get the shooter.
And he
And
missed,
they
which
miss.
is
That's just
that
lucky.
they're not even gonna foul, and that will do it. Titans win, 54-50.
That's awesome.
Huge home Prep League win for Trinity.
And this is a good Woodberry team.
It
I
is
know
a good
they're
Woodberry
missing
team.
their best player, or one of their best players,
No,
but
this
this
is a
is
team
a 10th ranked team in the
right,
state.
12-6 coming in. They beat Benedictine. So this should be a huge confidence boost for the Titans.
And I've said it in past streams. I think this team's one of those teams that can upset teams that are theoretically or statistically better than them, and they've gotten close on several occasions with collegiate, and even the Benedictine St. Chris games were close for a while. But here's a great one for them. It's a great win.
Yep, no, absolutely. I'm just thrilled for these players and coaches that they've been working so hard and taking. We talked about it was a rough January, but hey, it's a new month.
Yep.
Titans are 1-0 in February, and
Think about it positively.
gotta love it.
And it has to be nice for Coach Blazer too.
I know how much this has been eating away at him, this losing streak.
Yeah.
So for sure he is thrilled and just thrilled for him. I mean, this coaching staff has been grinding.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit of a rebuild year, so
Oh yeah.
it wasn't a big rebuild year, but Coach Blazer's one of those guys, really, really smart, a good leader, and I know it just feels really good to get a win, a Prep League win especially, after a decent losing streak as well.
Absolutely. So, awesome win. 54-50 is your final. It's big time when Coach Margie Sneed is coming over to give the coaches hugs. So, everybody is just happy to see that one for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just wondering if we want to try and get Coach on for a little post game, or if he's just
probably gonna go
exhausted.
celebrate
Hey,
and
you
be
keep talking for a
exhausted.
second. Let me ask him.
What am I going to talk about? Lucy, right over here. They're telling me to talk. I don't know what to talk about. How much time we got? How many people we got? We got 65 viewers. I just want to tell all the viewers really quick, go follow me, Toscano_Jack on Instagram. All the viewers are dropping. They're not liking this. Yeah, but I think we're getting an interview with Coach Blazer. So I'm gonna step off, and you're gonna hear him. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm done. I'm good. Yeah, I'm not an interview guy, but thank you all so much, and it's good to get a win. Yeah, yeah.
Round for that. He should be up in just a second, I think. And yeah, just while we're waiting, I mean, for me, the keys to this game, we're taking better care of the ball. Just had less turnovers than what you've seen in recent games. Getting defensive rebounds, and then just making a few key stops down the stretch. And to be fair, I mean, Woodberry also had some crucial turnovers, and they did not shoot as well toward the end either. But it's here comes Coach Blazer. Congratulations. And yeah, man. So yeah, go ahead and throw the headphones on. Um, so what's just the mindset coming to this game? I mean, obviously January was tough. Calendar flipped over this morning, and these guys just looked like they had a different body language and mindset today. Did you feel that way?
Yeah, we had a good practice yesterday. And to be honest, we've been doing a lot of good things and we've been having good practices. We've lost a lot of close games, and kudos to our players. I mean, they just continue to stick with it and stay positive and stick with each other and be coachable. I mean, they're trying to listen. At the end of the game, you could see that we're still making some mistakes and time and score and those things, but they're trying to do the right thing and they're giving everything they got, and the players really deserve this one.
They do. I mean, I think they played harder than Woodberry, and that's no disrespect to Woodberry, who's had a great season, and Coach Dawson does a great job. But I just thought you could tell we talked about it from the first quarter, that it just seemed like the guys wanted it more, and that the loose balls, finishing possessions, defensively finishing around the basket. But what were you telling them as you led most of the first half? I think it was tied at halftime, got behind in the third quarter again. But then, and there was a crucial technical that could have been the moment where it fell apart. And yet, from that point, we actually went on a 9-2 run to finish the quarter and take, I believe, a 1-point lead going into the fourth. Like, what do you just think kept the guys from having that slip that at times has happened?
I mean, I think it would help to have a bunch of timeouts in the second half. We had all 5.
Yeah.
That helped us. And Leland made a great move, and it was a tough call. And, I give him credit for it was tough because he went from 2 fouls. Maybe we get an and-1 or, gets to the line. Instead, it's a offensive foul, technical foul. Now he has 4 fouls. But he stuck with it. He came back in the fourth quarter and didn't play, slow or soft at all. He played hard with the 4 fouls. We kept saying, play with your feet, play with your feet. But to answer your question, I mean, DJ stepped up. He played at the 4 spot. Which is, not his normal spot. And he knows those plays, and he knows the defensive rotations there. And I give him a lot of credit. And, yeah, he's a senior, but like we said before the season, we don't have any experience.
Yep.
I mean, we don't have any varsity experience. And so kudos to him. As you could see tonight, that they hurt us on the wing ball screen in the first game. That's a huge part of their offense. And, we iced them tonight. And I thought after we – didn't do a great job in the first couple minutes. We did a great job for the majority of the game. Took away a lot of their reversals. They hit a couple skip threes, but those stopped falling towards the end of the game. We did a little bit better job of closing out, and then I thought we did a great job defensive rebounding. It's been our Achilles heel all year. We're not the biggest team at times, and I thought we clawed a little bit better there. But they kept fighting. Trey. We're trying not to foul there at the end and make them dribble up, but he made some winning plays for us that changed the game for us as well. So we hung together, and the guys seemed positive. And one of the coaches we played recently said, our record could easily be flipped. We've lost so many close games, overtime, double overtime, 1, 3, 3 again, 5, 4, and 6, and those are tough losses. So this group stuck together, and hopefully we can keep going. It does help. Hopefully it doesn't snow tonight, which I know it's not supposed to, but we can get another practice in, and this team really benefits from practicing.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think one thing we noticed up here was just how many different people contributed. Like you said already, Trey made so many winning plays. I mean, I think I had him for 4 steals and 3 or 4 rebounds and also some key finishes. But you look at, I thought it was the best defensively I've seen Shaken play. He didn't hit any threes, and yet he was a huge contributor. Pridgeon with a baseline shot when offense was struggling, and he did a great job. Shuma with rebounds and a nice bucket around the bat, in the lane. And like you said, Leland came back after the technical and played some of his best ball coming back. And then Luke Fisher from the opening minute had, I think, 9 points in the 1st quarter. So, and I know I'm forgetting some people. Gabe DuBois gave great minutes. I mean, it was just on down the line. And also DJ throwing the ball in when we were up 2 and we had just turned it over twice in a row. And I noticed you put DJ back in. And sometimes in that situation, you just need someone that you know is going to get the ball in bounds. And that's a little thing that a lot of people might not notice. But just completing an inbounds play when you haven't the last time, that can be the difference in winning and losing. On the flip side, Woodberry tries to get it in, and they throw it away, and Trey steals it. So it's just all those little things, I think, that you've been preaching to these guys. So let me just ask you, I know you want to get with the guys and everything, but just first league win, just how does that feel?
It feels really good. Things haven't gone perfectly, but our staff has worked so hard. I mean, hours and hours of not just watching film, but what can we do to improve and what can we do to put guys in positions to succeed, and how can we just talk about what it takes to win. These guys, like I said, haven't played a lot of varsity basketball, and for them to learn how to win, we talk about winning plays that, like you mentioned with Alex earlier, he didn't maybe do it offensively, but he was able to do enough that we could keep him on the floor, and he did a good job, better tonight defensively. Just those winning things, like little things, like Carter Schumas, a lot of what he does doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but he's respected as the toughest kid on the team, and he battles and he plays his role. And, I think the one thing about Carter and Colin, too, Colin did some good things tonight, is when we call their number, they sprint to the table. They're always ready to go in. So I'm proud of the guys. It was a team effort. It really was a team effort, and we're going to be excited to go for practice tomorrow, and we get to play Benedictine at their place on Thursday, and they're a really good team, top 5 or so in the state, and it's a great opportunity for us to play another game and hopefully build on this tonight.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations. It was fun to watch. It was close throughout. I don't think either team ever led by more than 7. So it was always back and forth game, and at the end of the day, we did deserve to win. The guys stepped up. They made winning plays. Congratulations to you. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate the time. And we will be back. This is our only broadcast this week, but we will be back for a bunch of games next week. I think we got Monday through Thursday. We've got home basketball with some boys' games, a girls' game in there as well. So thanks for taking this journey with us. Congratulations to Coach Blazer and the staff for getting the monkey off their back and getting that first prep league win. And good luck to Woodberry the rest of the way, because they've got a really strong team, and Coach Dawson's done a great job there as well. And hopefully they will get back to the state tournament. I know that's a big goal for them. All right, thanks everybody who joined us. Really appreciate the just viewers for making this possible and for all your feedback. And final score, Trinity Episcopal 54, Woodbury Forest School 50. Until next time, we'll see you later.